Welcome everyone, this is Master's Joke, also Master's Joke 75 on Instagram. I'm still in a Christmas festive mood and today I'm opening up General Hera from Star Wars Ahsoka. Now I've already got this figure that I picked up in Amazon's massive Star Wars action figure sale a good few months ago, probably 6 months ago. I picked her up for peanuts, but I only picked up one because if you watch my my last video where I opened up a few parcels from Amazon, usually, and this is what I always say, if you're buying action figures to open, by all means order from Amazon. If you're buying action figures to keep on card to display, don't order from Amazon. So I only ordered like one of each figure. They were really great prices. I only ordered one Hera and she was perfect. I mean, better condition than this, because you can see the same old issue with Hasbro where they're packing their action figures too tightly in the shipping boxes, causing lines to appear on the card backs, which I believe is from the bubble of the other card which faces it. So that's an ongoing issue. Star Action Figures did a video about it. I think it was last year or the year before. And I don't know if things have changed, because I don't really buy many vintage collection figures, he says, or Black Series. But when there's a deal, where there's a steal, I'm always there. And I've been wanting to pick up a second Hera to open for a while. I mean, obviously you could buy it from Lame's website, but you got to pay £5 postage, and I'd already done a delivery from Lame, and it wasn't anything I really wanted to pick up, and then it got sold out, so it's no longer available from Lame. Haven't seen it anywhere. Then I saw it in Lame when I went to Lakeside last Monday, and I thought I'll have that. I mean, to be honest, the card isn't in bad condition. I'd quite, you know, even though it's got the line on her image, which is a great image. I mean, look at it. Ewan McGregor's wife. She is beautiful. Let's be honest, she is beautiful. But it's a great figure. Lovely thick card back. So yeah, I wouldn't be too bothered about that. So £9. I wasn't going to say no. And I love the back of the card as well. And this is another example of where the vintage collection is going the right way, but we need to see something similar with the retro collection. We need something nice on the back of the cards. But I love this, the way that they have a little bit of information about the figure. You can see the actual figure outside the card back, because most people buy these, don't open them, and then it all matches the pill and the backing of the bubble. I love it. I think it's beautiful. I think it's a really good card, and it's a great figure. Just reminds me of going to Galaxy's Edge earlier this year and just seeing all the Ahsoka and Hera merch. But yes, it's a great figure, and I love her in the retro collection as well. And I even had her in the Star Wars Rebels, she came free with her little ship, and I showed that in my retro collection Hera review, but I didn't get her out today. But yeah, £9, let your eyes be your guide. I think that's a great price. You can still find her in shops, and I'm sure you can still pick her up in Forbidden Planet. And a lot of these figures will go down in price even further within the new year 2025. But there's also been it's all been very nice comments, positive comments, which is great. I don't think I've had a negative comment, or if it is negative, it's constructive, and I appreciate that. I really do. I love all the comments. I just wish I had time to respond to all of them as soon as I get them. But I'll get there. I try and do. I aim to do loads of them every morning before I go to work. So I will answer every single one. It's just taken me a little bit of time, but there's been a few comments that I think it stresses people out, the way that I open up my Star Wars figures, because I like to open them up like it's Christmas 1985, And I can understand that people don't understand why I do it, but just for that split second, and I've said this when I've responded to comments, just for that split second, I'm back in Christmas 1985. Christmas 1985 was probably one of the best Christmases as a kid in my life, because I never, I've mentioned before, I never had these toys. My mum and dad couldn't afford them growing up. And Christmas 1985, when my mum went to the second-hand shop, which is featured in the film Life is Sweet, all filmed in Enfield, just down the road from my nan, I really wanted the Rebel Transport after seeing my cousin a few years before having it, and I just fell in love with it. Could never afford it, and she saw it. There was loads of bits missing. There was nothing there. £7 in the second-hand shop with a broken TIE fighter where I think it was a TIE fighter where the wings were broken, and she picked them up. And I thought it was great. And the Rebel Transport, I was just over the moon. I couldn't believe I was finally going to get a Rebel Transport, because I only had a handful of figures. And then we went to Tesco, upstairs in Tesco's, we're just having a look. Christmas 1985. This was literally maybe a week later, and they had the brand new Rebel Transport. £7. It was $6.99 in Tesco's in their massive sale. All the figures were like 69p, 89p. And then there was the Millennium Falcon, again a vehicle that I thought I'd never ever have, £12.99. So my dad went with my mum, took all those, so he took them ships back to the second-hand shop, and I was able to have brand new Star Wars Rebel Transport, the Millennium Falcon, literally loads and loads of figures. So that's what it's all about. I've never ever had any experience like it. So I had literally loads and loads of figures to open on Christmas Day, and for that split second when I'm opening up a Star Wars figure, it's Christmas Day 1985 for me, and that's why I do it. So I can understand, I can appreciate some people get a bit stressed, but for me, there's only one way to open General Hera, and that is Christmas 1985. I mean, look at the facial sculpt though. It's a wonderful figure, absolutely wonderful figure. So yeah, let's. I still can't believe it's Christmas on Wednesday next week. I am so excited. But yep, there's only one way to open this figure. If you're feeling a bit stressed, you might want to turn away now. But let's open General Hera like it's Christmas 1985. So let's do this. And there she is in the bubble. Look at that. It's just a great figure. It's so detailed as well. And I can't wait to see the back of her jacket. To see, I'm sure she has, but see if she's got the little, that logo on the back. She's got a little gun as well. It's a wonderful figure. So I'm going to get her out of the bubble. We'll have a proper look. We'll have a look at her. We'll have a look at her accessory. Then I'll score her out of 10. I wonder what she'll be. The 10. Was it someone said I should rename the channel the 10 out of 10 show? But it's nostalgia. I'm a sucker for nostalgia. So I'm going to get her out of the bubble, and we'll take a proper look. And here she is, General Hera Syndulla. She looks amazing. And if you look at her face sculpt, it's a beautiful face sculpt. It's got lovely paint applications. I mean, look at the back of her head. Such nice detailing on there. But the jacket, I love the jacket. Like the paint applications on her badge on the front, but it's the logo on the back. I don't know if you can see the logo on the back, because when I was in Galaxy's Edge, Galaxy's Edge, Disney Springs as well, and I believe it was available on the Disney Store UK website. They were selling the dolls, so you could buy Ahsoka. I think you can still buy Luke Skywalker and R2-D2. But they had Sabine Wren as well, and Fennec Shand. I remember taking some photos of Fennec Shand to send Chuffy Futter. But yeah, the Hera looked great because the detail on her actual clothes, honestly, it blew me away. It was a really, really good figure, and I was tempted to pick it up, but I don't want to start buying Star Wars dolls because I can, you know, I don't want to start another line. That's what it's all about. I've got no room to put her, but it looked really, really good, and the Fennec Shand as well, and Sabine Wren. And I think maybe a couple of years ago they did other figures which included Bo-Katan. Bo-Katan did look good. Look at that. Look at the back view. It's a brilliant figure, absolutely great. The articulation is not bad either, because I do worry with these vintage collection figures. Sometimes you think that you're going to break them because they're so delicate, but this, well, I say that, this arm is not, yeah, I'm not going to force her left arm because it's doesn't want to move, the left arm, which is strange. So I might have to have a proper look at that later. The knees are fine, but yeah, I don't know. Sometimes you've got to have it twisted around the right. Yeah, I don't want to force that. Yeah, I'll have a look in a minute, but everything else seems okay. And one of the things I do like about this figure is she's got a holster for her gun, which is the same as the retro collection version. Now the retro collection version is just fantastic. I love it. It's a great figure. 10 out of 10. And she, old school Star Wars, she has her gun in her holster, which is just perfect. So I love that little nod to the 80s. But this is a great figure. Really, really happy with it. Look, I mean, just look at the detailing on her. I don't know if you can see that on her. I'm trying to get into focus. On her actual shirt, and then the silver paint applications on her belt, and the vibrant colours of her orange trousers. Honestly, it's just a great figure. It's you know, the detailing is brilliant, and she's got her steampunk goggles on top of her head. Yeah, they've done a really, really good job with this. £9, I think that's a really, really good price, and I really wanted this figure, so I've got no problem paying that. It's lame do some good deals, but once they're gone, they're gone. But certain figures even in the retro collection are gone. Like you're not gonna find Chopper again. But Chopper's a brilliant retro figure with his sticker. I love him. I've got him there in the background with the HK-87 assassin droid from the vintage collection. I can't wait to open the Black Series HK-87. That should be good. But yeah, no, Hera looks great. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a look at her gun accessory, and then we'll set her up and see what she looks like. But yeah, really, really pleased with this. Right, so here's Hera holding her gun. The gun's so small, usually I try and put it in my hand, but you're just not going to see it. So I think she holds it better than I do. So it's a decent looking gun. It's got it's very small. It's got nice kind of gold paint applications. I don't know if you can see that kind of shimmering in the winter sunshine. There's no sun at all. But that's a decent looking gun. If we have a look at it from the other side as well. It's not a bad little gun. It's kind of I'd say it was dark grey. Is it orange? Or it does look gold. It's like gold paint applications on there. Quite decent. So I'm really happy. Also, I had a look at her her arm, it was twisted round the wrong way, so I was about to break it off. But it's not a great, I don't know if I busted it, but it's not a great left arm, I've got to be honest. The right arm seems really good, but the left arm is a little bit ropey. But that might be because I nearly broke it off. But it's such a great figure. So I'm going to set her up. We'll have a proper look, but straight away, you know I was going to say this, 10 out of 10 any day of the week. I'm just so happy with it. It's a really, really good figure. Definitely, if you see it for £9 in Lame, pick her up. Because it's really good. And I really like the Ahsoka series. I know a lot of people have been moaning about the Disney Plus Star Wars series, but I like them all. I like them all. Although I've got to be honest, I've watched part 1 of the Skeleton Crew because I've got Disney Plus. I've watched part 1. The trailer looked alright. It's very 80s. It's very 80s in my opinion. The Skeleton Crew. I don't know. I've got 80s vibes. Jude Law. I rate Jude Law. I think he's a good actor. I think he got his star on the Hall of. Was it the star on the Walk of Fame? That was last week. I think it was. But I watched the first episode on. I think it was on Friday. And it was entertaining. It was good, but to me, it didn't feel like Star Wars because there's school buses, there was streets. It was more like Stranger Things, The Goonies, E.T. It had those 80s movie vibes. So I mean, it does look good, and I was entertained throughout. And I think it will get better and better. But I don't know. It's not. I don't know. I sort of feel I don't need it. If you see what I mean, I'm not really into kid shows, but I say that I love Cobra Kai, and I love all the old 80s films as well. I don't know. So the jury's still out, but from what I've seen, it looks really good. But how can you have a street and pavements and houses and schools in space? So I think that's what. But then look at the Book of Boba Fett. There was a few. I loved it, but there was a few issues in there. So I am going to watch part because you've got episode 2 and 3 now, and possibly 4 when this video comes out. So I am gonna watch it. I'm really looking forward to Andor, but also I love Ahsoka. I love the Ahsoka series. I really, really love it. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to set Hera up. We'll have a proper look. But yeah, definitely a 10 out of 10 any day of the week. I am absolutely blown away by this figure. I suppose it's because I just love General Hera. I loved her in Star Wars Rebels. I thought she was great. And I think I love her even more in Ahsoka. It was a good show. I know people knocked it, but I really, really enjoyed it. And I'm really looking forward to Series 2. And I do hope that Ahsoka and Grand Admiral Thrawn turn up somewhere in the new Mando movie. Although I'm still not happy that it's called. Is it called Mando and Grogu movie? I think the story of Grogu had already been done, and I don't know. I get the impression that because Grogu was supposed to go with Luke. Mando had done his job. Let's move on to the next series. And I kind of feel, I mean, I don't know for sure, but Disney were like, oh, Grogu, all the kids love him, sells a lot of merch, let's get him back. So I don't know. I like Grogu, but I'm not. Grogu's a good character. Reminds me of my Boba Fett kitten. But yeah, Grogu's good, but I'm not really that fussed about Grogu if I'm honest. But yeah, this Hera, 10 out of 10. It's a great figure. And also, just wanted to show you that I've placed her gun. Let's get it into focus. I placed her gun, I don't know, yeah, I placed her gun in her holster. Fits really tightly, fits perfect. Similar to, you know, similar to her hands. It does fit really well in her hands as well. And just two great figures. And the retro, I saw plenty of retro in Lame. Currently selling for £5. I think I can't remember how much I paid. Maybe £6, I think. But yeah, really good figure, both of them. Highly recommended. Both 10 out of 10. And she stands really well as well. But yeah, highly recommended. I'm still in a festive mood. I can't wait for Christmas. I absolutely love it. Absolutely love it. And I still can't believe, yeah, Christmas 1985 was one of my best Christmases as a kid. But I've got to be honest, all my Christmases are good. All my Christmases are good. I love Christmas. So anyway, that is the end of the video. Hope you enjoyed it. I've still got my early Christmas present, Moff Gideon's Imperial Light Cruiser Hallway. Really looking forward to opening that and getting the old Stormtroopers out. I don't have a Cara Dune open figure. And Star Action Figures are selling a Cara Dune for like $11.99, vintage collection. I think it's the, you know, I can't remember what they're called, the carbonised ones, which I've seen it. I think it's a good figure. I've got the carbonised one, which I paid full price for because I love Cara Dune. But I didn't buy it. This was during lockdown. I bought it to display, not to open. But I might have to. Now I've got this set. I might have to. You know, this set here, I might have to just buy a Cara Dune because I love Cara Dune. I think she's a great character. But yeah, that's the end of the video. I hope you enjoyed it. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. Lets me know you care. Also helps the channel. I'll see you in the next one.